What's going on, y'all? It's Greg. Greg said it. And we back one more time, y'all. Final week of the season. I guess we pretty much say it's no bowl game. You know, a lot of people say if you get 5, then, hey, you still can go. Well, we've been holding on to hope for a long time. But one thing that people starting to come to conclusion with, the reality is, came short on a lot of games. But then we say, hey, better than last year. We were kind of seem to revert back to that. But all things being true, messed up some games, but yet still better. And it's like, kind of switch it up and say, okay, we're going to focus on next year. And man, that was a long off season, but a fast one at the same time. So, I kind of expect the same. I don't want to rush nothing. I got a lot to get done. And the only difference is I have you guys, I have this Greg said it. So I'm definitely going to keep my ears to the road and keep you all up to date. I know a lot of you all follow some of the other guys' channels, and we all have our own little different flair. I'm more like that common sense talk person. I know a lot of people who watch can relate, who may didn't play sports, but just have that common sense. Like, you can see it just don't make sense, some of the things happening. So they can relate on that end. But then I have that raw just component far as football knowledge that relates more to people who play ball. And I kind of, a lot of times, especially during the season, I kind of lean more towards that because you start to kind of, not necessarily critique, but analyze where it's going wrong. It's easy. Anybody can point out the wrong. A baby can do that. But to be able to point out the wrong and give constructive criticism, and it is still football, for people get sensitive, We don't use profanity. We don't do a lot of things, but people find a way to be still offended. And it is what it is. People. But I'm definitely gonna keep bringing it. I know some people say, "What about the titles?" Just in case you don't know, and I definitely appreciate y'all like, share, subscribe. A lot of my subscribers know, if you really pay attention to what's going on around you outside of your emotions, my titles are actually driven by what people are actually already saying in the media, in social media. My title is describing what other people are saying, and people want to make it personal. They don't come with that. It is what it is. What I said or what somebody else said, I'm really driving home. When people say Coach Prime need to be humbled, they've been saying that since the beginning. Many people. So if I say, did he finally get humbled? That's based off of what people saying, and it fits the situation. It also fits the content. If you actually listen to the video like now, you know exactly where we're going. But we're gonna keep this thing going. It's gonna be what it is. It's gonna be straightforward. I know a lot of things gonna come up during the off season, as far as coaches leaving, coaches coming, everybody's opinion about that, players leaving, players coming. It's just gonna be a lot of that. And, that thing can go all the way through spring, as we seen this past season. Kids be there and they ain't even make it to the summer. They was there in the spring and all the videos, and he's like, wow, that guy left. So, it's going to be that thing just kind of going all the way through. And I think it's going to heat up again towards the summer, like when I came in, where you're starting to see what the team looked like and starting to project what the season's going to be, and people start to predict what the record going to be, and then you clash. But, I feel like it may be more haters now than ever. Like, even with the videos in the comments, the fans usually be the main ones in the comment, but you see a lot of people throwing blows, and I'm not, but I'm not here to throw blows, but it is what it is. What Colorado do wrong and what they need to do better, that's not a blow. You got to be mature and smart enough to know the difference between a hater and somebody who's saying it is what it is. You can't stop a grown person from saying what they're going to say. You're crazy, you think. But, it's a lot of things that hopefully is corrected from the staff perspective and from the player perspective, so Colorado can overcome some of the hurdles. Because if you look at the hurdles they had, it really wasn't so much. It was talent, like, in the trenches, but a lot of the mental errors and the penalties, that has a lot to do with not necessarily talent. And it does go back to coaching, because the mental discipline component, one, is coached. Fundamentals is coached. But also, who get themselves out on the field is the coach. who's out there, who should be out there, and who shouldn't be out there. That's coaching. So that part is coaching. And then having players who have the mental strength and the right attitude. But what I want to talk about on this last, I think it was Friday, so tomorrow's the game. What it's going to take. I've done several videos like this. And people come back after the game from on the rocks if they lose and talk all the, make the jokes. But what does it take? What will it take for Colorado to end on a high note to beat Utah? We said Utah just got blasted by Arizona last week. Arizona barely made it. People do those comparisons. Arizona barely made it past Colorado. Colorado really only got blasted by 2 teams. And it just absolutely didn't show up. Had nothing to do with talent. Plus, quarterback got hurt last game. And they just kind of folded. But what would it take? One, Shedeur definitely playing. They still hanging that out. He walking around with a jersey on. They still saying it's a minute by minute and maybe a game time decision if he plays. I know he's about a couple touchdowns away from breaking a single season record. And so he has a couple records on the line. And his team has their best shot. Now, Utah's been playing without their quarterback pretty much all season. So they've done decent with a backup quarterback or 2. But they're, of course, not the same team without Rising. So a lot of people, and just in case you didn't know, they starting quarterback who was the big guy who's going to be a Heisman favorite. He hasn't played. He's been out like on the ACL. I think he went out either early in the season or before that. And he just hasn't played. But it's going to take Shedeur being out there. Coach Prime's talking more and more about the running game. It's going to take a running game, especially if he's playing. Surely you're not going to have him drop back 100 times. So surely you're going to need a running game. Plus the running game going to slow down other teams, slow down the clock, slow down the pace, keep them out the field. What you have to do. Instead of just 3 and out, 3 defense out there, 3 and out, 3 defense out there, 3 and out, hope your punter put it between the 5-yard. That's what you want. You want to run the ball. And maybe some people play this week that we haven't normally played. What you got to lose? Try some stuff out, especially at linebacker. You ain't losing nothing at linebacker. You're not losing nothing at linebacker not playing yet. I'd rather play the scout team guys who've been doing. I bet they come in and do better. The guys who've been wreaking havoc at practice from what I'm hearing. Some guys, this is their last hoorah. They think they're going to the league. Whatever, I don't know. I talked about the selfishness, or the natural selfishness when you bring a lot of transfers in who really ain't not coming in. I know I'm going to be here for 6 months, I'm out or whatever. Grad transfers and stuff like that. You just can't really get them to buy in like that because they're not going to be there 3-4 years. Matter of fact, they just was pulled from somewhere they was at 3-4 years. The loyalty component and the just emotional attachment, people usually just don't attach themselves like that after leaving a long-term situation. So, tell them to learn the fight song. It's just not what they're there for. And it becomes a bad thing when they play like that, when they start to play like, I'm not here to be a team player. I'm here to get my film, get to the league. And that's what it's been. Not as blatant, not as cruel, maybe with a smile on your face, but that's what it's been. I mean, that's what you see. The lack of abundance, I'm not here for long term. And that's what you usually have, the benefit of having guys who matriculate through the system as a freshman. They have a sense of pride because they've been there. They've seen the losses or the wins, and they know the culture. And when you have a majority of your team like that, that's when you have the fight songs. That's when you have the camaraderie and people knowing each other. And, you just don't get that when you already know 80% of your people coming from another place. Not just another place, multiple other places. And they bring in those cultures and habits. It's just common sense. But you hope that the talent overrides that, the coaching, Coach Prime overrides it. And even when he was at Jackson State, it wasn't that drastic. And we know that. I mean, that's a fact. So hopefully they get out there, run the ball, hopefully line block better. I mean, the guy, Shedeur don't have knee, ankle, their hands. He don't have all kind. He really ain't got much room to be hit a whole bunch of times. Because he ain't had enough time to recover like that. He had enough time to recover just to be able to walk out there but not get hit on it. And the line has a lot to do with that. They can stop that. You're going to be at Utah. You're not going to be at home. Maybe Utah had a little to play for, being that they are bowl eligible. Maybe they want a better bowl. I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to lose to Colorado. But the running game and Shedeur being that's going to make a difference. Now, I don't know why we ain't seen a lot more motions and sweeps and all that and using the weapons and speed. I don't know why. We've been talking about that for weeks. But hopefully they ain't got nothing to lose. Hopefully they throw the whole book, the whole playbook out there. All the trick play. Matter of fact, it's have fun. You the spoiler. You don't have nothing to lose. You're not really gaining much. You should just throw the whole, don't go out there and be sorry. Just throw the whole playbook out there. Just have fun. That's what I say. From the defensive side, like I said, put some different guys in at linebacker. D-line, do what you do. Do your best. Secondary, do what y'all do. Do y'all best. Just make sure you tackle. Quit running up like you ain't got helmets and shoulder pads. Don't actually hit somebody. And quit dragging through the ground like you're a paraplegic. Use your legs and drive through the man. Drive your feet through him when you hit. Wrap up. Keep your legs moving. The running back legs ain't going to stop moving. He running. So how you going to tackle him and his legs moving and you'll stop and you just dragging and you just dragging. You should hit and it both supposed to be driving. Just like you do your drills. And at the very least, hold him up to somebody else come. And if you come and know that he's holding him up, somebody come take the ball, somebody hit him. What we call team tackle, group tackle. That's what I'll say. I mean, if you do that, you have more chances to stop the man, and you also have more chances for turnovers. I can't say. I've tried many times to say what I expect. I know what needs to be done. I'm not really in the mood to gamble, and not gamble financially, but to try to guess what's going to happen. I can say this. The team, it could go either way. They can come out. We had great practice again this week, great practice. They can come out there and act like they got some fight in them, and not just fight getting whooped, but fight to win, or they can go out there and just, season's been over. Quit talking. If the season is over, say it. Don't lie to yourself and a lot of others. But that's just my mindset. Would love to hear y'all's mindset. Where y'all see this going? This last game. Did y'all see the team showing up? Do you see them coming out there and ending like they started, like they say, ending with scoring, and this end with just a positive ring to the have something to look forward to versus, we don't uncover the weakness in the team. They're not who we thought they were. They're who we thought they were before who we thought they were, or before everybody thought they were, And if that's the case, you don't want to end with that taste in your mouth, because you want to have people have some respect for you. And I think they lose some respect for you because they see that human side. That's what I talk about. Like old school, like I seen a clip of Jordan. We don't play around, they'll fight, don't joke around, we serious, militant type thing. New generation dancing, singing, have a good time. And then you have the well off and all of that. And when other people see it, other players see it, not only do they get to critique you and criticize you, but they see you no longer as somebody they should quote unquote fear or respect. You take away that prestige that you have, like a Travis Hunter, like, he's man. Then you get to see him being silly and joking. You say, it's like Waterboy the movie. You get to see him, you see him as a puppy, and then you're not afraid of him. It's like you're giving them that with that imagery. Now, I'm not saying it's good or bad, but it takes away that oh my goodness, that aura, because that's what media does today. Media does that with celebrities. Like, people used to be in awe of celebrities because you only would see them. If you saw them in person, it's like, wow, that's him. Now you can see him all day, every day on social media and on TV. And it's like, at first it was TV, then it was social media. And it's like when you see a celebrity in person, it takes away some of that. It gives them more celebrity because you see them all the time, but it's not like, wow, that's them. I've only seen them on a poster or a magazine. So when you have that, I can see how people on the football fields, he's not so tough. He's just a normal person. And it kind of, psychologically, I guess it kind of eases them. And you really got to really hit people in the mouth at that point, because just to let them know, I'm still who I am. Don't get it twisted. But Well-off, they keep doing their thing. You know, well-off not going to stop. Rich people not going to stop. One, they making good money doing it. Two, it's doing its job. I want to see how it would look, how it would revamp going forward. But it's still what it is. I just think people expectations was let down from the hype. And it was good marketing, good sales. So I'm just going to see how this thing going to end. It's been a nice run for the season. Get ready for the off season. And man, I'm sure, you know, we got some stuff coming. So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Stay in the loop. I'm always going to bring something different. Again, as Greg said it. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good one.